Hi, and welcome to our short eye presentation using the PROACT root cause analysis methodology to look at a residential clothes dryer failure. This will be a comical case study. This is based on an actual experience by this embarrassed narrator, so please bear with me. Okay, so let's first describe what's the problem. The wife tells the husband, me, the dryer is not working properly. The husband asks, what about the dryer's not working properly? Wife replies, after a cycle, the clothes are still damp and cool. I ask, how long has this been the case? Wife replies, just in the past couple of days. As a note, and where my mind is at a previous residence, I became proficient at changing dryer heating elements because I eventually found that the need to replace those elements to be caused by blocked airflow or the vent in the back being kinked. So keep that in mind as I'm going through this. Immediately in my mind, as a root cause analyst now, after all, that's my career and my occupation, the immediate primary culprits in my mind are going to be the heating element, the vent hose, the lint filter, and the power cord. I know the first thing you are thinking in this situation is that the man is overanalyzing the situation. You could be right. Let's look. Okay, how do we look at this methodically? The event here is that the desired clothes that my wife would like to wear, she can't wear when she wants to wear them, and that can be a problem in a household. To me, the mode in this case that's causing that is the dryer is not drying the clothes. So I, in my mind, have to ask, how can that happen? Well, it's either a power issue or it's a dryer issue. Now, when we look at the power issue, we have, in my mind, I'm tracing, the power to the house. We still have power in the house. I know that that's not the issue. So I got power going from the box to the wall because I test the outlets. The walls are working. Then I test the power from the wall through the cable to the dryer. So from an electrical standpoint, everything is working fine. Now I'm going to focus on the dryer. How could the dryer not be drying the clothes? The heat is not being produced. So how could heat not be produced in the dryer? Well, I'm going to go through my micro view. First thing I'm going to check, to me, the obvious, is that the airflows are not blocked. So I look at the lint filter and I don't find anything that would that the filters are clogged. And then I look at the vent hose behind the dryer to make sure that it's not kinked like it has been in the past. Those prove not to be the case. Heating element issue. I look at the heating element. Again, I've become very proficient at replacing these. I actually take the heating element out. I look at it. I find no breaks in the element themselves, where it would create an open connection. And even as a precaution, I just go ahead and replace it with the new one, and it doesn't work. So that now I say that can't be the issue because it's not the heating element. The new one is not working either. The clothes are still not being dried. Then we go to the power issue, which we confirmed up here is not going to be the case. So then I'm going to look at the dryer setting issue. So let's look at the settings on the dryer itself, and either the dryer knob setting is the knob is malfunctioning, or it's an incorrect setting for drying the way in which she wants to dry. Now at this point, I'm going to have to put a visual in your mind. I want to carry you through in a visual the conversation between the technician and me. At this point, you've got to visualize that the entire dryer has been taken apart, doing continuity checks all over the place. There's parts all over the floor. And the technician, I had to call the technician in, which every man hates to do because we can do it ourselves. And I'll just use the mythical Maytag repairman. It was actually not a Maytag. He would not have been at this house. The technician says, Mr. Latino, what is the dryer setting? And I replied, fluff dry. With a blind stare of my own, the technician says, do you know what fluff dry means, Mr. Latino? I said, I have no idea what fluff dry means. So I'm asking myself, what the heck is fluff dry? Mr. Latino, fluff dry is a tumble dry setting where the clothes dry simply from being tumbled and not from the hot airflow. And I replied, no kidding. So in my mind, I'm going, how could I miss that as the most obvious thing? And this guy probably went back to the shop and he's probably laughing about it with the other technicians all the way to the bank. So the dryer setting issue, it was an incorrect setting for the dryer. The dryer was set to fluff dry or tumble dry cooling cycle. Well, why was it set to that and why did I miss it? It's the lack of knowledge of the setting by the husband. I never do the clothes. I have no idea what those settings mean. The husband did not check the settings. It was a blind flash of the obvious. Why did I go straight to detail and why did I miss the obvious check? And the reason it had been switched from the norm was that my young daughter, at the time about 5 years old, was playing with the knobs and had changed the setting to where me nor my wife actually had checked that. So you can just imagine the surprise on this technician's face and my surprise as to saying, I learned about fluff dry. I had no idea what fluff dry was. The end result, after the husband, me, nearly disassembled the entire dryer, replaced the heating element, took out the vent to ensure no obstructions, checked the lint filter and power cable, I overlooked the obvious, the dryer settings. While this is a comical true story, it brings to light what we call blind spots. The most intelligent people can miss the most obvious because their expertise is in the details or the micro view, and therefore they have a hard time of stepping back and looking at the big picture first, as opposed to delving right into the nuts and bolts. I am in the root cause analysis business, and I'm sad to say that this happened to me. However, we live, we learn, and we laugh it off in this case, as the consequences were not really severe, only to the ego. My name is Bob Latino. I will sign this off as paralysis by analysis husband, as my wife would gladly refer to me. I thank you for your time. For more information on the PROACT methodology, software, and root cause analysis knowledge management templates, please visit www.reliability.com. If you would like to download a copy of the logic tree in this case study, please click on the associated icon. For a live demo, please contact our John Bartlow at 1-800-457-0645. I thank you for your time.